welcome back to the Age of Political Review. Today's topic is the results of the Thai Prime Minister's conference in Vietnam with the ASEAN Future Forum. And according to the Bangkok Post in the headline, it is that the PM sets trade goal in Hanoi. That is something I already talked about in my second video, but the real news, and it's buried in one of the middle paragraphs, is this footnote, this agreement between the two to suppress dissidents between the two countries. And it's something we call transnational repression. And transnational repression is basically a kind of tacit agreement between the two countries to harass, to abduct, to kill, or forcibly extradite refugees or political dissidents. And this is something that human rights groups call a kind of swap art, where Thailand and Vietnam assist each other in cracking down. And they get the credit for challenging political opponents, or in Thailand's case, cracking down on critics of the Thai monarchy. So this is a reciprocal agreement of the worst kind. Basically, hey, let's exchange political targets, and this preserves our bilateral ties, and it helps smooth over things that are in their mutual economic interests. So this is, as I said, is a swap art. But the problem is that there's an erosion of asylum. Thailand has once, years ago, decades ago, it once was a safe haven for folks who were refugees from Southeast Asian countries, even South Asian countries. That's no longer the case. As transnational repression becomes more easier, countries are building up their capacity to do so. Thailand is not a good place. Vietnam's not a good place. Cambodia has always been a very dangerous place. And of course, with a lot of these countries, this Golden Triangle countries, extraditions and detentions are routinely carried out. And in Thailand, I think you could be held for more than 30 days as a detainee, and you don't really have access to a lawyer. And none of these countries, Thailand included, are very good with anti-torture laws. Thailand, for example, I think it breaches its own domestic law on forced disappearance. So there are a number of countries who do these very, very nasty things, extraditing prominent dissidents. And I quote this 2025 article by Sebastian Strangio in The Diplomat, talking about this Mart human rights activist who was extradited to Thailand, to Vietnam, because the Hanoi government had accused him of terrorism in absentia during a very, very widely criticized state show trial. And there are a number of other incidents. There's a former Vietnamese police officer who was turned into a kind of anti-corruption blogger, and he was arrested years ago by Thai immigration authorities, and Vietnam basically arbitrarily revoked his passport and forced him into deportation. The other one is these forced disappearances. These have been going on for a very, very long time. Human rights organizations have been crying out for many, many years. There's one from March of 2026 saying that, look, these are indigenous communities and religious minorities that are caught up in this thing. And Hmong refugees living in makeshift areas around Bangkok are targets of political intimidation. And once there was a permission of Vietnamese security permitted to enter Thailand and try to find these people. And then finally, we have in Thailand, of course, the very, very famous cases of vanished Thai activists. And this is a story from 2019, where 3 exiled political dissidents fled to Vietnam to escape royal defamation laws. This is the Lèse Majesté law, or Article 112 of the Thai Constitution. And they were reportedly handed covertly to Thai authorities. But these folks vanished. Two of them, Credit, Alert, and Chadichan, they were dissidents that are very, very critical of the monarchy, and they, I think, at one time had a kind of YouTube channel or an anti-monarchy channel, or what you would call it. But they were accused of a lot of different things, some of them being communists, and they had associations with another activist by the name of Surochai. And these folks were never found. And as the Reuters headline from 2019 shows, these bodies of these Thai activists were found like literally stuffed with concrete and found at the bottom of the river. Really nasty business. So the point here is the outcome of the PM's visit, the Prime Minister's visit to Vietnam. Yes, they want $25 billion in trade. Those are easy things to sort of move towards. The more disastrous outcome is the fine print. That transnational repression is something that the Thai government and the Vietnamese government can easily agree on. So the environment for political dissidents, for human rights activists, for refugees is getting a lot worse. So under Anutin, this is not getting any better. It's just getting worse. So just pay attention to that and pay attention to the fine print when you look at the headlines recently. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.